evening. I hope you can take me seriously in this, and welcome to another TED Talk. It's just, Winnie the Pooh is so cute. No bad words, nothing. And so, I want to share something with you guys, and I've been thinking about this for a whole week now, and I can't stop. So here it is. Me and my brother Robert went on a drive, and it was a really cool jungle drive, and for a moment we just sat and listened to music. And I just had this random thought come to my mind. Okay, just hear me out. And whatever you believe in, I'm not trying to push anything here. This is just what's happening to me, okay? In the Bible, there's very few stories about, like, when Jesus was young, or, like, our age, Just in his, 20s, just younger. And I just had this image in my head, and I imagined what he would be like if he was here with us. And I was like, man, he would probably be one of those kids going to skate parks. He would have, stickers on his stuff, not bad ones like guns and stuff, but and he would be the one always getting people to do stuff and always talking about important, interesting things, and you would just want to hang out with him all the time. And that's because he, as someone who's outside of us, already knows life to its full extent, and I'm sure he knew exactly how to live it to really enjoy it. And I was like, wow, man, that would be so awesome. And then it hit me. I was like, hold up. The fact that we age and die, that's a malfunction. That's not supposed to be happening. Which means if God, in all of his glory and everything, is real, which he is still youthful. He doesn't age and he doesn't, become old and grumpy. So he's still in that state. Meaning that if we carry that life inside of us, we have that youthful spirit. And it is like hanging out with him at a skate park. You know what I mean? And look at me, okay? I'm wearing a Winnie the Pooh shirt. 3 years ago, I was wearing all black. Everyone probably always thought I was gonna come and shoot the place up because I looked so miserable. Guys, I was not like this. And the stuff I would draw and create, it was just so dark. And I know that I'm like this now, and everything is suddenly fun, and I can take on these life problems like a kid and just keep going, and it's fine, where's my ice cream? I know that this is because of something external that changed me, and it just clicked in my head, and I have this in my mind now, that if I continue to pursue this God who has so much youth and life in him, I'm gonna have so much of it in me, and it's just gonna keep overflowing to other people. And it's such a chain reaction, and it's so real. Goodness, I drive around and I look at things, and I'm looking at everything through a different lens, because all that's in my head is the stuff that I've been pursuing and finding, and all of it came from God. And first of all, for some reason, I'm always so careful with saying words like that, God, because I know that when people hear it, they hear a certain thing, and I'm like, wait, no, that's not it. And it makes using this terminology almost embarrassing, but I'm gonna stop that right now. And I'm just gonna say how it is. It is God, okay? It is a creator, and there can only be one. I'm sorry, but if you're in the hood, and then there's one pimp, and on the same street there is another pimp, there's gonna be conflict. There cannot be many gods. And I know that there's something bigger than me, because the ditches, the kind of holes that I was in life, I would love to give myself credit for being such an overcomer, but I know, and I look back, and it would be like insulting a best friend to say that I did it by myself, and no, there's no God. I got this. I don't got this. At all, I don't got this. Okay? And at this point, even pretending like it's something other than an external being that moves you when you let him, and that comes into your life and just wrecks everything in the best way possible, I feel like my brain has been rewired completely. I can't do that by myself, because there are days when I wake up and I don't want to live. You think I have energy to rewire my own brain when it's already so stuck in its ways? No, things happen, bad things happen, sad things happen, heartbreaks. People keep hurting me, and I don't know why it won't stop. And in the middle of all of that, I see that the only thing that ever sets me straight and back on my feet again is God. And unfortunately, I cannot show you that God exists, but I can tell you, like, I would be a fool. And honestly, I would love to say that there is no God, because then I don't have to follow certain directions that I now have to follow. You know, when you know the truth, you now have responsibility. And at this point, like I said, it would be like coming up to your best friend and being like, "You're not real." I can't do that. And for that reason, I'm not going to be embarrassed by this terminology anymore. Guys, God is so real, I cannot even tell you. And he changed my entire life, and I messed up so many times. He should have been like, "Yo, come on. Like, trial number 72, you're still doing the same thing. Are you stupid?" No, he was like, "Get back up, clean up, stop crying, get it together, try again." It's like, I don't know if the story is real, but someone told me this, and I thought it was so funny. When Edison made the light bulb, there was some boy, like I said, I don't fact check this, that was supposed to deliver the light bulb somewhere else, and he kept like breaking it, and they kept giving him the light bulb, like, "Try again." And he kept going, and he broke it like 3 times, right? And the guy still let him carry it one last time, and he made it. It's like, why are you giving me chances, you know? But he has, and I am in a place where I don't deserve to be. Guys, the fact that I'm alive, I've done so many stupid things. I looked, death straight in the face, and I was like, "Let's go. Let's dance. Let's do everything bad and everything we're not supposed to, while knowing not to do it." It's like the devil comes up to you and he's like, "Hey, I got something for you. You want this?" And you're like, "Hold up a minute. I heard a story about an apple. You know what? Let's see it anyway." And he's like, "Here you go." Psych! You know what I mean? And then it just keeps destroying your life even more. Problems on top of problems on top of problems. And I realized that darkness is not the way, and that is not where we're going. And the most fascinating thing is, now I don't just have to live right and make sure I'm doing everything right. No, I get the luxury of stepping into heavens. Like, I see heaven on earth now. I see how things act and react with the spirit realm. It's so beautiful and amazing. I'm not talking about like some woo ghost stuff. No, this is all real. There's all logic behind it. God is not a magic man. There's so much logic. It's just so intricate and detailed, and we can't see some of it, though we see it and we're like, "Oh, miracle." God is like, no, it's just like really crazy science. Okay? God is a real being, and we can't imagine it. If you could draw it, if you could show it to people, if you could prove it to people, it wouldn't be as fascinating. The things that I, as an artist, I guess, visually have imagined in my head, I can't draw half of them. It's impossible because there's so much motion and life in it. It's only like you get a 2D, and you have to get it from all the angles as it's moving. And God is like that. And he's breathing. I watched people for so long standing there crying while praying. I'm like, what the are you doing? And now I can tell you, honestly, he speaks to me every day. And it's not some weird like voice in your head. It's like, it's very hard to explain because it really is in your heart. And it's not voices. You're not like going crazy like angels, demons everywhere. No, you just see, like I said, the spiritual behind the physical, and it helps you move. It gives you direction. It shows you what came from the bad and what came from the good, and what it is you need to do to combat the bad, and what it does when you do so. And when you see this orchestra in motion, it gives you life. And that is why, and I'm gonna say it straight up, I don't think I can be happy without God in my life. I can't. Maybe you can, and if you've succeeded, maybe you haven't had real problems yet. But if you've succeeded, congratulations. I don't know how you did it, but the kind of joy I felt with God in my life, I can never. It's like chasing a high, and you there's no such thing. There's no substitute for it, absolutely none. No love from people, no money, no presents, nothing. Nothing does it for me like sitting down and pondering on certain thoughts and ideas that I know came from a good place, and then using them to apply them to my life, and then watching my life change and watching my heart change and my desires. It's so crazy. I've been really trying hard for the past week to really get myself together and get myself healthy. I'm trying to listen to the right things. You know what's crazy? Guys, I love like crazy music, like crazy, okay? And a loud bass. I want my brain to vibrate when I listen to it, okay? And I notice that the more I do things for myself, for my spirit, feeding my spirit, I don't even want to listen to that music. It's the weirdest thing. It just no longer matches my reality in my head. That music, that aggression, no longer matches what's going on in my reality. Because now I'm driving around and I feel like I can almost see the heavens here on earth. And it's like an orchestra. And so now suddenly I want to listen to music that sounds like life and orchestra and angels and something grand. Okay, I'm sorry, but I can't do this stuff by myself. Nothing on this earth, not one concept gets me as deep as a being that sees everything you do and doesn't just like forgive you or whatever, but stands there and like, come on, you got this. Like, I remember teaching my brother skateboard tricks, and I was like, God teaches us the same way. And I remember in my head, I was like, you gotta be gentle. Let him try, let him keep going. And I was like, if I'm like this, then how much better is this God? Looking at us being like, come on, dude, you got this. You know, like he probably stands there and cheers you on, and he's like, I can't show you myself yet because your eyes will literally explode if you see me. But I'm here, okay? I'm here. And so I'm gonna close with this. God is real. And if you don't know that yet, you're gonna find out. And if you don't, come get your refund. It's inevitable that you'll meet God if you start looking for him. Because I started looking, the more you look, the more you find. You can come punch me in the face, take away everything. My apartment got robbed. My dad died. I don't have friends anymore that I really wanted to be friends with, and this life circumstances, I lost everything, feels like, okay? And I know where I'm going, and I love that. And I don't know where exactly the destination, but I see the arrows, and I'm walking that way. Amazing. With God and angels. How cool is that? If I could paint that for you, I would. It's beautiful. I can imagine it visually, and it's just blowing my mind, you know? So yeah, God is real. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm no scientist.